And the last example we're going to do is coming full circle to what we started with. Do you remember when we had, at the beginning we had a blue machine, woo, and a red machine, and one number came out and went on the conveyor belt and went into the other number? So now what we're trying to find in 4 is what is the one function that would do both of them? Or in other words, what's the green machine that would combine them together and do it all at once? So you just have to plug a number into one equation to figure it out. Same idea. It says, well, what would happen if you put x into g of x? What would come out? Well, if I put x into g of x, the rule is whatever goes in gets multiplied by 2, and then you add 7. So if you put in an x, that x would get multiplied by 2, and you would add 7. And so basically, you're just putting in the formula for g of x inside the other function. Now, what does the function f do? Whatever you put into f, can you see that it gets squared, then you multiply by 2, and finally you add 1. So if you put in 2x plus 7, your 2x plus 7 is going to get squared. It's going to get multiplied by 2, and then you're going to add 1. You see what I've done there? If I highlight it, if I highlight just where the x is, can you see that where the x was, I put in a 2x plus 7 instead? Whatever you put in gets squared, gets multiplied by 2 plus 1. Now, depending on the answer, if you're looking at the answers at the back, they might have expanded this. Because it's squared, it might have been left like this. So either way would be fine. If it said expand and simplify completely, then you'd have to multiply that out, combine your like terms, and figure it out. In B, we have g of f of x. So now f of x is 2x squared plus 1. And what does the g function do? It says whatever you put in gets multiplied by 2, and then we add 7. So if we put in 2x squared plus 1, it's going to get multiplied by 2, and then we're going to add 7. This would be one where the answer key most likely would be expanded because it's easy to do. You just have to distribute your 2. You would get 4x squared plus 2 plus 7 would be 4x squared plus 9. And then in C, g of x, well, the g function says whatever you put in gets doubled, plus 7. So if you put in an x, it would be times by 2 plus 7. And then if you put in a 2x plus 7, that 2x plus 7 is going to get multiplied by 2 plus 7. Again, this isn't a hard one to simplify. Distribute your 2, you'll get 4x plus 14 plus 7, 4x plus 21. Questions 10 and 11 for practice.